It's been a while. Lately, I've been working a lot with my clients on YouTube and other places, but I'm doing what I can to get back here and make some of my own content as well. So in this video, we're gonna pick up where we left off summarizing the quest lore in Hellfire Peninsula, because TBC is awesome. Having said that, let's dive in and find out what's going on in World of Warcraft. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Quaylen, and I summarize the quest lore that you probably skipped reading while playing World of Warcraft. And that's perfectly fine because a lot of us did the exact same thing. So if this is something you'd like to follow, then make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell icon for notifications. Now, before we jump back into Outland, let's do a little recap of the previous episode. Last time we walked through the Dark Portal and made our way to Honorhold. Upon arriving, we spoke to Force Commander Trollbane, which he then proceeded to send us on a ton of errands. After destroying a bunch of Legion portals and demons, we find out that we need to head to a place called Shatter Point. But if you'd like to see the entire episode in detail, then go ahead and click this link right over here. Okay, let's not waste any time and jump right back into it. At Expedition Point, you speak with Force Commander Kingston. He says that he's got another mission for you, mentioning that the Wildhammers set up a floating piece of land near the Dark Portal, and that you should speak with Wing Commander Debiri in order to get there. So you jump on a griffin and head out to Shatter Point, located to the north. Once you get there, you speak with Runetog Wildhammer. He says that Wing Commander Gryffindor runs this place, and that you can find him in what's left of that tower over there. So you head on over and speak with the commander, who asks if you're interested in another bombing mission. He says that the Legion has a main production area at the Abyssal Shelf, and he wants you to destroy the entire thing. So now you head out to Gryffindor Windbellow, who lends you a griffin, enabling you to fly out to the production area, bombing everything in sight. Once that's done, you return to Shatter Point and run up to Commander Gryffindor. He says that you look like you've been doing this your entire life, and rewards you with the Skyfire Greaves. Now that their main production area is gone, Commander Gryffindor has another task for you. He wants you to head to Honor Point, which is a small post near the Legion front. Once there, you're to speak with Field Marshal Brock, who will have further instructions for you. So now you head over to Gryffindor Windbellow again, and make your way to Honor Point via a borrowed griffin. Once you arrive, you speak with Brock. He says that they've been surveying the Legion camps just up ahead, and that these so-called forge camps are where the Fel Reavers are constructed. The closest camp, named Magedon to the west, Magedon? I really don't know how to pronounce this place. Either way, it's still under construction. But if you can take out the Gnarg servants, as well as their leader Razorsaw, then this should bring the Fel Reaver production to a halt. So now you head out to that place. Kill the 10 Gnarg servants, as well as their leader Razorsaw. Once that's done, you head back to Honor Point and speak with Field Marshal Brock. He's really impressed with your work, but now wants you to focus on the second forge camp named Rage, which lies to the west of the last forge camp that you just invaded. The problem is, the demons have a number of fel cannons aimed at the Horde's outpost of Thrallmar. But wait, we're Alliance, so why should we have to care about the Horde? Well, believe it or not, we need the Horde's help to hold the line at the Dark Portal. And if Thrallmar falls, then that's gonna give the demons an advantage to push through. So we need to destroy these cannons in order to help our allies, which is the Horde. From here, you head out to Forge Camp Rage. Once you get there, you fight and destroy 3 of the fel cannons. Once that's done, you head back to Honor Point and speak with Field Marshal Brock once again, who tells you that the Horde may never know how close they came to the end, and that it takes real character to step in harm's way for your enemies. Now that the 2 bases have been messed up a bit, Brock tells you that they've located the Legion's final base on the ridge called Invasion Point Annihilator, which lies just northwest of Forge Camp Rage. The interesting thing about this area is that it houses a warp portal, and the Legion has been using it to draw in reinforcements. So you need to shut it down. But first, you need to get the activation key from Warbringer Arixamal in order to do do so. Now you head out and make your way to Invasion Point Annihilator. Once you arrive, you find and kill Warbringer Erixamal. And while looting the activation key from his body, you also find a note that's written in a language that you don't understand. Luckily though, there's a Draenei named Kriv back at Honorhold who might be able to help you out. Now you shut down the portal, preventing any Legion reinforcements from entering here. And once that's done, you head out and make your way back to Honor Point to speak with Field Marshal Brock once again. He says that what you've done should drastically cut down the number of demons trying to creep up on our backside. And with this, you complete the first chapter in the Hellfire Peninsula campaign. To be honest, I didn't know that they updated this zone with chapters. If I had known that, then I would have taken the last episode and this episode and put them together, because the quests in both of these episodes make up the first chapter. So it looks like we'll be following that from here on out, which makes things a lot easier to handle. Again, really good to put another video out, and I've got some exciting stuff to share in the near future. And as always, a big shout out to the Patreon subscribers for their constant support. If you'd like to help out with the channel, then go ahead and check out the Patreon link down below. And with that, we'll see you next time when we find out what's going on in the Tales of Azeroth.